Couldn't go live due to the black screen. You can try adding a new scene and source. Start the live to fix the problem. So you're saying something here is not working? Well, it's not that. It's not the text. It's not trading view. It's the camera. What is this? Signal. Discord. Okay. Showing. Oh, maybe now it's going to work. Let's see. You can always see the names that we're looking at in the morning on my radar in the bottom left here. In case you're coming in late. Oh, all right, now it works. Okay. All right, everybody, we'll go over the market in just a few minutes here. Hello, everybody. Brandon, Joe. Coming into the TikTok. If you're out there on any of our other platforms, say hello. Let's see if you show up on one of our chat systems here. Okay, we'll take a look at the market. Let's get that up. Tesla. Yeah, Tesla just dropped because of production numbers. All right, let's look at this market. So Friday was a bummer. We're trying to make progress, come out of this potential bounce that bottomed midweek last week. Thursday followed through, but then Friday followed through and then failed and then pulled back. And that's usually a reversal sign. That's not necessarily a good sign. Although, sometimes it does end up flip-flopping like today and start moving up all day and get over Friday's high today or tomorrow or the next day. So be on alert for that. That's a possibility. But more likely than not, like the majority of the time, this kind of a move on Friday that we got is a reversal signal. It's a small reversal, like a short-term reversal signal. We were going up for 2 days. Third day it became a reversal signal. So now we're likely moving down. And that could be today and tomorrow and still not break lows, the recent low. So what that means is we could be moving lower, but we aren't necessarily changing. We're not adding to any sentiment. We're just within sentiment. So we may still continue to find support down at these lows at 351 on the Qs this week. But depending on everything that's going on, we may even break those lows. And that would continue to draw our W. Let me draw that W for those of you watching on the main feed. The W is starting to shape up a little bit like this. The Wonder Woman W. We're getting a defined right side, and that tells you the width of the oscillation of movement. The width of the channels is sort of the oscillation width of movement that you can expect. And so, we could chop around here. Like today, we could put in a day like this. Tomorrow, like this. Next day, like this. Now we're on a Wednesday. Yeah. Thursday. Friday. And then they'll say, oh, it's a green week. That's good because it ended higher than it started. But it's pretty much still around nothingness land. But perhaps going to try and make its way back up to November after we get through this week. Obviously another option is we break lows, and that lower leg of the W here gets a little bit deeper and takes a little bit longer to get back all the way to testing highs in November. But it's quite possible because the statistics show that from mid-October, we will start to rally. So these next 2 weeks, a little more uncertain and probably just choppy and fading and low quality. But then all of a sudden, the end of next week and the beginning of the third week from now, things could get to a place where we want to grab some swing trades and plant some money and some capital into the markets. We'll see how things play out from the open, but that's probably the way things are going to go. The next 2 weeks, weak with very few signals. Preserve your capital and just wait it out. We just show up every day, but wait it out. What's your thoughts on today? Yeah, so there you go. All right, and then we're watching FEMI and NVTA and RVLP and ICCM and AWIN, and they all are low quality and suck. The best one is NVTA, and I would rate it probably a 3 or 4 out of 10. Very low quality overall. And the float is so big that for a long, it's not too attractive either. It's be more attractive short, but it's not a good idea to be shorting when trading, unless you can short something infinite like the market. But you don't want to be really shorting stocks unless you have a high frequency trading setup and you've got years of training, and then maybe you can switch over to shorting. But just because it's a low quality market doesn't mean that's a shorting market. It's more like there's nothing with enough quality volume to get into. It's like the market's disappearing, right? It's like no one's there. The volume is so crappy everywhere. The market's so weak and crappy that, there's just not enough liquidity to trade either way. It's not about, oh man, this is an awesome shorting market. No, it's not. When the market gets bad, it's not good for anything. Now you could make gigantic, Michael Burry or Bill Ackman type bets, but those are going to take time to play out. Like economic bets and macro bets and business failure bets. But that's going to take some time to play out. So that's for a different kind of player, and it's not really going to be worth your while unless you have good money, substantial, large amounts of money that you can sit on for 3 to 9 months. Am I still long TMV? Why do you ask? Because I don't know if that's the right question. Like, what the fuck do you care, Carl? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to the point here. Why do you ask? What do you care? Why do you ask? You want to look at say, because you don't care about me, right? You're not my financial advisor. There you go. Oh, you sent it as a direct message, but okay, maybe you meant to say that privately. It could be just a normal message. Yeah, no, the point is, what I'm getting at is, do you still have your calls? Because I don't have mine, but I think, it would still be good to have them. And, yeah, you're still sitting in a good place with them. I just was away on Friday. I didn't have enough time in front of my console to make sure I was still in them. But I did have to get out of them at one point when the market was looking like it was following through. And I thought, okay, this is going to become a 7 to 9 day rally here. And then by the end of the market, I wasn't around. I was running errands or something. But when I realized the market had reversed midday, it would have been a good time to slap some TMV back on. So you are in the right place with those, Carl. And you can't really be in the wrong place with them. I mean, you just don't want to be sitting on them from all-time highs. So that's going to be a little bit of a market timing thing. But even then, you're still getting your coupons, payments. It's locked up either way. But for the capital, this is a high risk area. I mean, until the thing turns into a 4-point downtrend, that's probably the best time to remove your TMV. So you probably don't have to keep asking about the moment to moment whether or not I'm in or out of TMV, unless you plan on being in and out and in and out and in and out like I am doing. But you could just slap it on for like 5 months. Wait for a 4-point downtrend for this thing to fail, retest, and then neckline breakdown. All right, we've got 9 minutes until the market opens. Hello, everybody. What's your thoughts on Femi? Piece of shit. Like, yeah, Femi, crap. I mean, it depends on what you want to do with it. I mean, don't fall for any hype if that's what you're asking. Holy crap, don't put your money in it and hold. That would be a bad idea. Beanox, ICU, LRE, eBet, AWIN, ICCM, Femi, RVLP, Beanox, Mara, Riot, all of the cryptos are having some slight gains because the government's nearing approval for some crypto ETFs. And so that could bring more volume into crypto. And so Mara, Coin, Riot, BitF, Wolf, BTBT, Hive, all those ones are up this morning. We're dropping today, then hopefully testing 422 and then bounce. All right. Yeah, I just went over the market, so maybe I'll go over it again before we get going here. But we got 8 minutes until the market opens. And yeah, it's looking like we're going to open below the Friday's close low. We're going to open below Friday's low, and that potentially confirms reversal. The only way we aren't a 3-point reversal is if we get above Friday's high today. It's so unlikely that it's not going to happen. So we're on a depreciation run here for today and probably tomorrow with some follow through, and then maybe bottoming on Wednesday or breaking down depending on what kind of economic data comes across the screen. Tesla is done. Yeah, Tesla is down on lower than expected production numbers reported this morning at 9 a.m. I'll pull up Tesla here. So it dropped a little bit. It dropped 3.5%, and it's bounced and found support now. But anyway, next time, Carl, just go ahead and feel free to be direct, or anybody, be direct and ask what you're really asking. Like people are like, what do you think about FEMI? What do you think? So, I could just talk it up like, oh man, this is a great fundamental analysis, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, that's cool because I'm shorting it. Well, fuck you. Tell me what the fuck you think. And Carl, if you're in TMV, say so. Say like, hey, I'm still in TMV. Is that a good, bad? Like, who cares what I think? It's like, you're going to make me go talking about something in an irrelevant way than what you need the information for, what you need to know. And I'd rather target what you want to know. Truth Social DWAC, in your opinion and your position. I'm not in DWAC. Let me take a look at it. Yeah, DWAC is DWAC'd. It's fucking DWAC'd. 180 it went to a long time ago, and now it's at 16, coming off of the lows at 1250. There's really nothing to say about DWAC. From a technical analysis standpoint, it's like meh. And then you want to speculate about DWAC? Let's hear your opinion. But my opinion doesn't change the price. Big bear traps in tech or true downside? True downside. But I wouldn't say that they're bearish. I just say that it's just everything still correcting, rotating, and getting sussed out. And that won't stop until the election's over. Good question. We have everybody's here, A through M. I don't know why, but anybody with last name from M and below, not here today. I mean, anyone with a name, M or M to Z, N to Z, no shows. But if you A through M, you woke up this morning and you're ready to go. Good job, guys. I wish I could pay someone money for such knowledge. Well, you could come join our group, and we could talk all day. Also, just click the link in my bio. I believe that my bio profile, I believe that takes you to a bunch of stuff which you can learn from, like my YouTube and books and all that. But yeah, that's the point of this. Offering to help. Here I am. Doing my thing, plus I love to teach. Doing my thing, plus I love to teach. That makes for a combination for why I'm here, why I'm broadcasting. I mean, I don't even know. I don't understand why anyone would. It's just not me. It's just not my style. But why anyone would try to grow their social media or Twitch stream, their gaming, or whatever they do. I guess to gain fans? Well, I don't know. That's just not something I'm after. I'm literally looking to help people because that's in my nature. And I remember what it was like to be fresh and brand new to all this, and to be 1 year in, and to be 3 months in, and to be 2 years in, 5 years in. I've been doing this for 25 years. Nah, I don't care about selling my course. I have a course, but it's $7. So that's not where I make my money. If it was, I'd sell it for what other furus sell it for, which is $2,500 or $3,000 or $5,000. I'm literally trying to help new traders not lose their money. That's the most important thing for me, is to make sure. I've seen so much pain and heartache, and people who lost their entire inheritance. I know this one lady, she had like $30,000 she got from her grandma, and like in 2 months she lost it all. I'm like, Jesus Christ, why don't you guys, it's like, what time we got here? We got 1 minute left, but social media and the internet should be making us all smarter and more savvy. And what you need to know is that if you're interested in trading, you better be goddamn careful first, because everybody loses all their money the first time out. Just FYI, just so you know, you're going to lose it all. I'm telling you, it's a fact. You can look it up. So I'm here to help you not be stupid. I'm here to help you guys from disaster. I'm more of like, just think of me like a firefighter or a lifesaver, a lifeguard for your money. I don't do it for me. I do it for you. And through your membership, you pay some of my bills. And still, you don't even have to be a member to have access to me or to see me or watch me live, etc. But yeah, it's certainly, you guys, they're not putting my kids through private school. I am. So yeah. Okay, market is open. And I'm expecting a sell-off day, but like I said, there's a very small chance that we grind up all day. We'll know more in the first 10 or 20 minutes. Femi following through here. The first 30 seconds of trading are just about up. Let's see if Femi can make a 1 minute range and then break out from there. Be careful, because it could be going into a halt any second here if it does push hard. Tesla bombed. Yes, it did. But it's bounced in pre-market. But now it looks like the full market weight is weighing in. All right, so Femi's high coming up here on the 1 minute mark is 420. It looks like 425. And there we go. Okay, there we go. 430. Boom. And it did break. So that's an entry on Femi for an intraday day trade if you're a day trader. And like I said in pre-market, all of these names, however, are crap today. These are all really sketchy. And so you should just take your money when you have it. Take your gains once you have something. Anything's fine. And then if you can get back in, great. You shouldn't be day trading unless you're above the PDT anyway. Which is $25,000 minimum account. Which you really need like a $30,000 minimum in order to be safe from getting trapped in trades because they oscillated on you below the PDT mark. All right, we're watching everything. Everything's fading. There's no winners this morning. ICCM, AWIN, RVLP, NVTA, all bleeding out. Tesla's starting to grind up a little bit, and the market's finding some support here. Femi, breaking out of that 1 minute high at 430, pushed to 445. Like I said, you should be taking profits just about damn near instantly. And then it's now bleeding out. It's now reversed, and if it breaks the 1 minute opening low, that's an exit signal, and it just goes to show what poor quality Femi is. People are saying Dell. Let's take a look at that. No, nothing going on Dell. Not people. One guy saying things twice. Literally not going to look up things, not to sound like a dick, but in order to, not waste time, not going to look things up if people say them multiple times. Dell's pegged right now. It's pegged at like 70. But if it can get above 71, then yeah, maybe it has a chance. But it's a low ADR name. Like, you shouldn't even be interested in being in it. It's 2.4% ADR. That's way too slow of a stock. You're not really going to outperform the market with something like that. Well, we are moving up on the market, so that's good. Tesla going the other way. Femi found support before the 1 minute opening range low. But if Femi can't get back up and over 445, it's over. Probably on Femi. AWIN coming back up for a potential reclaim. If it can break 27 cents, that'd be an inner pivot breakout. It's almost there, 27 cents. AWIN, AWIN. That'd be an intraday day trade. And again, I'm not trading anything on Monday. Mondays are a no trade day. Worst performance on Mondays. Just volume just is not fully there yet. The market needs to build momentum on Tuesday and then into Wednesday. Apple is flying. I mean, Apple's really pushing. That's pushing up tech. Apple with a very strong open, going from 171 to 173 in just a few minutes. So if you do want to trade Apple, you want to trade APPU, I believe it is. And that's a 50% more return. What is it? AAPU. It's much less liquid, but you get the bigger return. So it just depends on your trading style, though. I mean, if you do need the liquidity, then yeah, go for Apple. It's less return there. All right, Femi broke out. Femi's continuing. 446 broke and hit 466. There goes Femi. Way to go. Watch AWIN for a 27 break, and then NVTA is trying to reclaim and come back up as well. If it breaks the 1 minute opening range high, that's where it's at now. That's a market type entry, but it would be better if you could get some confirmation at the 85 cent break on NVTA. NVTA could end up becoming a swing, but it's very low quality, like a 3 out of 10. All the stocks this morning worthwhile, that are hot, are crap. Except for Apple, obviously. Apple's not crap. And it's moving, but it's in a pretty weak spot. October, don't let us down. Well, things don't start picking up in October normally until mid-October, October 15. So maybe in 2 weeks. But so far we're grinding up a little bit. Putting in a little bit of a green day here. Now, what I'd like to do, there's a couple minutes in, 7 minutes in, let's take a look at all the sectors and see if we're seeing congruency, rising of tide, or rotation. All right, so what I'm seeing is healthcare down, staples down, utilities down. Okay, so those are defensives. So defensives are bleeding out, are being withdrawn from, are selling off. And then tech up. Discretionary spending up. Communications up. So it would seem a rotation into growth here. But the only contradictory thing going on here is industrials are up. And those are inflationary. But energy is down. And oil's moving down. Gold is moving down. So some mixed signals. But I think overall we're looking at an up day. But I do believe it's going to come with some tricky chop at whatever top it reaches. Could be the 10 a.m. But it's looking like it's going to be green today. There's just too much agreement on the two sides of defensives and defensives going down, and then that money being put into growth. That's a good sign. Or quality stocks for growth. So as far as signals go, we've got Riot. You've got all the crypto stocks: Riot, Hut, Mara, BitF, Wolf, BTBT. Some of those Hive. Some of those might have good-looking charts and signals. And if you guys want me to take a look at them, I can. Yeah, DWAC is moving down, by the way. Let's see, like BitF. Yeah, this is a good spot to get in on BitF. Mara, similar, but it's much weaker. Coin, looking good, but the response today not as good as some of the others. Wolf, did I just look at that? Yeah, quite weak. BTBT, good, relatively speaking. Mara, Whiff, which one did I skip? Hut and Hive. Let's see, Hive. Pretty weak. Hut, also pretty weak. Anybody got any others? Let's go back. Mara, Coin, Riot. So, I don't know. I mean, they're all in weak spots, but probably the most responsive is Riot. I don't know why that is necessarily, but when you just compare them all, yeah. Most responsive right now, today. Overall, the strongest stock appears to be Coin. But today, most responsive intraday, Riot. Oh, and there's MSTR. Let's see. MSTR looks good too, like Coin, strong, but 4% ADR, semi-borderline for strength for return. Do I think Amazon is overvalued? You want to short it. PetQ breaking out today. Beautiful breakout on PetQ. PetQ, that's an entry right now on PetQ. And I'm going to take that because if this market is taking off, I would like some leadership, and this one's leading. Stop at 20, so $1.20 for risk. And hope we get some follow through. All right, PetQ. Now I'll decrease or hold depending on how it plays out for the rest of the day. But that's a nice Atlas breakout on tightening right side price. Now, the perfect entry, but you would have had to know that there was momentum there, but the perfect entry would have been at $20.20. $20.20, and it's now at $21.20. But this is still in an okay area. Let me see, 21.20 divided by, did I just pop up here? Quit that. Okay. 21.20 divided by 20.20. It's already flown 4.95%, which is the maximum before you want to limit yourself. 5% already out of the gate is, the farthest out you want to be jumping off the docks and swimming to the ship that already sailed. You'll make it, just barely. Come on, let me on. And then, you're relying on some kind of a great follow through. Because there's easily a coin flip's chance that it just stalls tomorrow, or even starts pulling back on this move. But there's an equal chance, probably more like 40 or 30%, that you get a strong follow through tomorrow. And that's all we're interested in is making money. So we're interested in some follow through. Okay, I think I got to get rid of Tiger. Let me see here. This is one of the stocks that we got in, and it's not following through. Yep, I'm dropping Tiger. That's one of our positions. No go on that one. And then CRNX, not back to our break even yet, but not really doing much yet either. But with 6% ADR, we're interested. Palantir continues to make progress. That's one of our trades we're in. Good. It's holding up. Amazon is undervalued in your opinion. Yeah, so I do want to look at that. Do you think Palantir will go back to $14 area? When? By when? By when? I mean, that's ever? Today? I mean, like, you need to give me some more details on your question. I predict that in 40 years, Palantir will go bankrupt. Who the fuck cares? Can you give me some idea of what you're trying to ask? Oh my God. All right, let's see what else is hot this morning in our hot list. Oh, I do want to take a quick look at Amazon. Because people are talking about both ways on it. Let's see. So do I think it's overvalued or undervalued? Let's see. It's very difficult to say, but probably overvalued. However, price could stay the same for a year. And then income could meet up with it to where it's finally valued where it ought to be. So just because something's overvalued doesn't mean price is going to go down. Okay, so like the growth trajectory of fundamentals could be going up, price stays the same, and that makes it more and more not overvalued and returning to value over time. So it's really not necessarily a good question to ask. That the answer is not necessarily going to tell you what you should do. Femi broke down. That's it on Femi. Now Femi could reclaim. That's what you want to watch for. That low, that pivot low, $4. If Femi reclaims with 4 points, you got to wait for 4 points uptrend over the $4 through the $4 mark, then entry with stop to low and risk sizing to that could be worthwhile because those tend to reclaim. I'm getting some flickering of my lights, the electricity here, and I know we have a storm going on. So I think this is my cue to say adieu and catch you guys back in the group if the electricity stays on here. But either way, there's some interesting opportunities. I'm going to be going through them. And for members, you're going to get them. Yes. You're going to get them. I'll be posting them in the member area. Any kind of thoughts I have on anything. And certainly end of day, I'll be watching for any end of day alerts. They could be worthwhile. Anytime you see my end of day chart trader alerts or any alert on chart trader alerts, make sure you always take it with the grain of salt of how the market is positioning and acting and behaving. Because I might say, oh, this and such with the risk to stop here, but leave out something like, but based on the market, you might want to have a size on this that's smaller, medium, or large, depending on how the market is. So you've got to be smart even with the alerts, or none. Just don't take anything. A lot of you just remain in cash, and that's perfectly fine. All right. See you in the group. All right, what time we got here? We're 20 minutes into the market open, and I'm not seeing that direction let up. It looks like defenses are still being poured out of, and tech is still being poured into. So it's kind of a good sign. So I'm glad I got into PetQ. Hopefully it continues to lead with the market.